Hi, I'm Larry Hatch with the new Ornamentals Society, and I want to talk about 4 plants today. The first one is Daphniphyllum teijsmannii, mountain dove. A lot of you know about Daphniphyllums through the species Macropodum, but this is a different Japanese species. It grows about 10 feet tall, has somewhat of a narrower leaf. This particular Japanese cultivar has a very beautiful irregular white margin to it that sectors into the blade, and also has a very spectacular frost of different levels of chimera into the green and the silver tones, and like 20 different gray tones and so many whitish shades. It's very beautiful. You notice that the petioles are red and they give beautiful contrast on this plant. It's a wonderful plant. Unfortunately, it's only hardy to USDA zone 7B, so not all of you can grow it, unfortunately. But it probably would make a very nice conservatory plant in the colder climates. The second plant today is a plant I'm really excited about. It's developed right here in North Carolina at the Mountain Horticultural Crops Research Station in Mills River, also known as Fletcher, by Dr. Tom Rainey, who many of you know is one of the most brilliant woody plant breeders that we have today. This plant is Chaenomeles speciosa, double take, trademark, orange storm. And it really is a breakthrough in the flowering quinces for a number of different reasons. It has a very clean tangerine orange-red color, for one thing. It is a cross between Spitfire and Dragon's Blood. It is a true double, although it's a flat double, has a camellia-like shape to it. They can have a sort of a rose shape when the petals are very tightly twisted and compressed. And it also has 31 to 49 petals on average, but they are huge. These things are monstrous. They're between 4.5 and 6.5 centimeters wide, easily 2 inches, and they're packed up and down the stems. A beautiful plant. Can't get better in that genus anywhere. It roots well from cuttings. It's thornless. As Tom says, no more bloodletting in the genus. You can touch it. You can have your kids around it. It roots very well from cuttings. It has no fruit that's messy and has to be cleaned up. So sorry you can't make any jam, but hey, it's an ornamental. You don't need to. This is a wonderful plant. Beautiful. It also comes in a dark pink called Pink Storm, and a more closer to red called Scarlet Storm. It's truly a breakthrough plant. Very exciting. Just exquisite colors, shapes, everything about it is perfect. And you can get it in most of your garden centers this year. I know Monrovia grows it. Spring Meadow offers it. Just ask for it, and they can get it for you. Our next plant is Mongavi Bloodspot, and it represents one of the true changes in the world of succulent plants. It's a bigeneric cross between the genus Manfreda and Agave, and it's called Mongavi. When I first saw it in a garden, I said, what in the world is a Mangave? It's pronounced Mongavi. This is a cross between Manfreda maculosa, which is kind of a narrow-leaved succulent with kind of purple chocolate colors, a lot of red spots in some cases. This is a cross between Manfreda maculosa with lots of red spots and the genus Agave, specifically Agave macroacantha. And it produces this beautiful, beautiful rosette, having the agave shape. It's bluish, glaucous, wonderful silver colors, and the glorious red spots of Manfreda maculosa. The rosette is about 12 by 15 roughly. It's not very cold hardy, about USDA 9, so it can't be grown out everywhere. But it is a very beautiful plant. And if we can get the hardiness up on these, it'll transform the genus Agave and other succulents for all time. It came from Japan, we think, but the documentation is a little vague on that. It gives these wonderful spots that are just muted by silver glaucous waxes to many, many different shades. It does not offset, so it doesn't reproduce a lot. It probably needs to be produced in the future by tissue culture. It's a wonderful plant that has 100 different shades of red and silver and blue in it. Tony Avent at Plant Delights Nurseries offers it, plantdelights.com, and that's where we first saw it and can recommend it to you. Our last plant today is Carpinus betulus globosa, or the globose European hornbeam. Most of us are very familiar with the fastigiata cultivar that we see as a street tree throughout the world. It's a very upright, somewhat pyramidal ovoidal tree. But cultivar globosa takes that whole look and makes it slower, denser, dwarfer. This photo is from the Bernheim Forest and Arboretum in Kentucky. And they have about 7 plants there, all these beautiful kind of green clouds that are in an ellipsoidal or ovoidal shape. Very dense, very full, very tufted, much denser, much slower than our common upright hornbeams are. It's an interesting plant. There are a lot of different dwarf hornbeams out there. They go under different names like Udell or Columnaris nana. But a lot of them look so much like Globosa. We think they're all fairly related or similar mutations. Just wanted to show this one off. The Bernheim Arboretum has a beautiful collection of these plants. They're very impressive and very exciting. Again, you need time. It's not a street tree, but if you want a dense tree, this is a very beautiful choice.